Hey guys, um, back again. Just wanted to share some things up before class starts again. Just had really good news from one of my previous students who just got a job again. Pretty good. And I'm going to be doing an interview with him pretty soon, probably on Friday, and then I'm going to post it. He was a really good student of mine. He was really focused and really attentive, and he just kicked ass. And he actually started the job like a month or two ago, and he's so elated because he basically told me that they don't do anything at work, which is basically what I told you guys um, from the beginning. As a DBA, you don't do much work. You just sit there and just monitor some things, and it is what it is. Um, but yeah, man, brand new year again. That's just what we're gonna do. All right, so let's get started today. So today's topic is um, the hey, Mr. Kamara, how you doing? The topic for today is why hard work trumps. Hey, Ja, what's going on? Why hard work trumps racism? Mm. And then I put the case for white people. Man, I know this is y'all gonna kill me with this one. All right. So let me see if I can talk my way into this and out of this one. All right. Okay, guys. So listen. Oh wow. Can anybody tell me something that you use on a regular basis, on a daily basis, whether on a daily basis, whether it's to brush your teeth, comb your hair, drive, what you wear, what you do on the computer, that was not either controlled, or let me put it this way, that was not either created or is now not controlled by white people. I'll wait. Funny, isn't it? So let me get this straight, right? Okay. Now I know this is a very serious issue, and I know there's a lot of racism in America, which is, I get it, I get it. There's a lot of racism in in America. Well, there's racism all over the world. But if you really think about it, there's nobody really, generally speaking, there's nobody trying to go to Russia or trying to go to Mexico or trying to go to Tijuana, or trying to go to Japan for a better way of life. Everybody wants to come to America, all things being equal. Right? Okay, cool. But if you think about it, right, and just hear me out. But if you think about it, Facebook, YouTube, the electricity that you use, the car, the roads, the house you probably live in, the job that you have, the toothpaste that you use, the food, the supermarket, the computer that you use at work, everything was either created or controlled or is controlled by somebody who is white. So, with that being said, if you have everybody in the whole world trying to come to this country that they quote unquote built, now I know, get it, black people built this country through slavery, I get it, and we'll talk about that a little bit. I get it, and white people did some heinous things to black people through history and through slavery. I get it. They will be rewarded, trust me, in due time for all the things that they did. Believe me, right? Nothing goes unpunished, whether in this life or in the next life. So let's put that aside for now, right? But How would you feel if you created or let me put it this way, if you had the vision to create a country like a shining star, right? For centuries, you built it, and everybody else wants to come and live it and suck up all the resources that you've created through your history and through your generation, through your own vision. How would you like that? Have you guys ever put yourselves in the place of white people and just thought that, well, we created this damn country, so why do you guys keep trying to come over here to take all the land, take all the resources, take all the jobs, and so on and so forth? Nobody asked you to come to America, so why are you here in America? You can stay in your country, you can stay in Mexico, you can stay in Africa, you can stay in Japan, China, wherever you want to. You don't have to come here. You can always stay there. But why do you choose to come here? Why? Why do people choose to come here? Because America is the shining star. It's where everybody wants to be. So the problem I have with a lot of things that we as a people, black people, we say and we do is we protest when it comes to racism, and we say that like the white man is against me, the white people are against me, they're not giving us opportunities, this and that, blah 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 blah, so they are racist. Okay, I feel that, I understand that. But then you could also look at it like this: I created the job, and I can choose and hire anybody I want to hire because it's my job. I created this country, and I can treat anybody that I want to however I want because me and my forefathers created this country. If you don't like it, get out. Have you ever thought about that for a second? Have you ever thought about that? Now, the point of the matter is this. This is what I'm trying to get to. What you call racism, I simply call a clan. And I don't mean Ku Klux Klan either. I just call, these are the people I roll with. A group of people who have similarities, and we're just going to protect the group. That's just how I see it. Have you ever thought about that? The white people are not necessarily against black people. They're just more, they just really care about their own folks. And ensuring that their own folks, their own people that are similar to them, are basically taken care of. And we don't want the blackies coming over here and causing some shit, taking our stuff. Have you ever thought about that? Have you guys ever thought about that? It's a hard pill to swallow. Really, really hard pill to swallow. And believe me, I don't want to get crushed. Yes, racism is an evil thing. But listen, y'all, we on planet Earth. Stuff is not fair. It ain't. If you don't like it, get out. So, what's the point of all this? The point I'm trying to make is this, guys. All right? I spoke to you guys yesterday about you trying to get from point A to point B. There's the three letters is what? Let me see. Faith, 100%. You have to have 100% faith. You have to have just a little bit of fear. And you have to have some anger, right? Now, this is the point I'm trying to make, right? The anger that you should have should be pointed towards not necessarily white people. Yes, White people have done some atrocious things throughout history. This is documented. Black people have done atrocious things throughout history as well. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, why are you angry because a white business owner, I agree, they ruined Africa. I agree. And I'll get to that in a second, right, Mr. Thingong? But the question is, why are you angry at white people if they do not want to give you opportunities? Do you think you're entitled to an opportunity? If I own a company, do I owe you anything? Have you thought about it that way before? Put it this way. You just want to snatch it. Put it this way. Is there a reason why we cannot? Is there a reason why we cannot? If you're black, say for instance, or you're in Mexico, is there a reason why we cannot just? That is for those people who are complaining about racism and all that. That's cool. So if you're complaining about racism so much, is there a reason why you just can't back to Africa and just build Africa back up just like the whites did centuries ago? When Marcus Garvey said many years ago that we should all just leave America and just go back to Africa and build Africa back up, is there a reason why we didn't do that? I'm curious. Oh, we need money. Okay. Well, Mr. Fingo, quick question. So you say we need money, but we're not going to get the money. So now what? They're not going to give you the money. They're not. So what now, Mr. Fingo? What now? What now? What now? Right? The U.S. government is not going to give you the money to transition back to Africa. So what do you do? Exactly, Mr. Fingo. Very well. Exactly. Get it and go back. Now, my main issue that I have when it comes to racism in America is it's not necessarily black and white, right? It's not necessarily black and white. See, the way I looked at it like this, you call it racism, but racism has never stopped, all things being equal, has never stopped anybody from being able to accomplish something on their own. I'm not talking about getting a job. I'm not talking about anything like that. What I am saying is, you can you can start any opportunity as long as you have the internet. There's no racism between you and the internet. No racism. Now, if you do want to get a job, yes, you may suffer some racism where just because of the name of your name or whatnot, somebody might somebody just might not give you a job. You're black, so I just don't want to give you a job. Tough. It's America. They built the country with their own vision. Physically, they didn't build it. They didn't build this country, but they had the vision to build the country, right? And they just don't want to give you a job. Sucks. It sucks. It's just the way it is. That's just life, right? However, what I will say is this: the one thing that I will say beats racism or trumps racism is hard work. Hard damn work. One thing any person, whether white, black, whatever, one thing they respect the most is a man with skills. A man with skills will stand before kings. A man with skills, right? Yes, and I am so sick and tired of people not understanding the simple concept. Skills. I didn't say a college degree. I didn't say. It's funny. I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she literally told me she went to. She has 2 degrees. She has 2 master's degrees. She went to Georgetown. So she went to she went to Georgetown for her undergrad. She was lucky. She got a scholarship. So she for the 4 years she paid $15,000. But that's because she was a student. She, great. You have student degree finger. Good. Um, so she spent $15,000 for the first 4 years. But then she went back to George. She went back to University of Maryland. I think it was reversed. Anyway, she went back to get double masters. One in she got an MBA and masters in public health. $150,000. She is in debt. And how much is she making? She's making $86,000. So altogether, she spent 7 years in college to make $86,000, and now she's $150,000 in debt, and the interest rate is about 10% a year. She will never get out that debt. Just it is what it is. So the point I'm trying to make is education is important, but skills is what matters the most, right? And one thing that is going to trump racism, from my perspective, is the fact that skills is what will trump racism. If there's going to be one thing, my brother is about to be a doctor. He owes $300,000. It is what it is, Ms. Fingo. It is what it is. That's the story of a lot of doctors. A story of a lot of doctors. So, it's being is having it is okay. If you're going to be a doctor, it's worth it if you're really disciplined. If you're really disciplined and you can just live like a student for the next 2 years, pay that stuff off, that's okay. But other than that, you're never getting out of that. So, skills is what's gonna trump racism every day. And how do you get these skills? You have to work hard. Not only do you have to work hard, you have to know your stuff. I keep telling people this all the time. Just about every just about I've worked in a lot of IT companies. I remember when I worked in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the biggest company in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was the only black person in the entire IT division in the biggest company in the whole Knoxville, Tennessee. And I was driving a Mercedes Benz. Someone right with this picture when I got there. Someone right, because in Knoxville, Tennessee, most black people, they work either in 7-Eleven, Subway, gas station. Someone right with this. It wasn't right. So I say all this to say that, and I was the highest paid. And I was pretty new at being a DBA, but I was the highest paid DBA there, and I don't think they knew that at the time. But I was making well over. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna say how much I was making, but I was doing okay, right? But the point I'm trying to make is hard work. I want you guys this year. You guys have got to understand that hard work is what's going to trump racism. If you look at LeBron James, I'm not a big fan. Kobe Bryant, Beyonce, you know, anybody who's achieved anything that's black, right? One thing that they bring to the table is Dave Chappelle, Steve Harvey, is they have a certain skill that it took them years to develop. And what you're seeing now is, look at Floyd Mayweather. You can say all you want about Floyd Mayweather, that he beats women, he does this, he does that, he's flashy and all that. All that stuff is just fog. Forget all that. But what you need to focus on is, well, how is he able to, in 9 minutes, actually, no, it wasn't in 9 minutes, in 51 seconds, he just had a fight this weekend, make $9 million. He made $9 million in 51 seconds. It was something like that. It was like a minute 51, something crazy, right? The point I'm trying to make is, how is somebody able to command $9 million for a minute and a half worth of work? Yes, he's a smart businessman. Thing on. Yes, he is. But the point I'm trying to make is, it took him years to do that. Years of running, years of doing whatever boxers do, years of practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice, to now where these quote unquote white people are now looking for him for business opportunities. It's the name of the game, right? And what really pisses me off the most about us as black people is, for those who complain about racism, is it doesn't seem as if we have the courage to want to go back and actually build our own Africa. I wonder why. So you mean to tell me hundreds of years ago that there was some white people who just came across the sea and just stole us? All because what? They had guns? And then brought us back over the sea. And then for hundreds of years just enslaved us. Interesting. So is it the white people that we're mad at for doing that? Or is it the fact that we should be mad? Exactly. Or should we be mad at the fact that our ancestors actually sold us to white people? So who exactly should we be mad at? Who should we be mad at exactly? Should we be mad at the white people? Because as far as they're concerned, they pay for us fair and square. Are we supposed to be mad at white people, or are we supposed to be mad at ourselves, our fathers, for selling us? Or because we were complicit. Don't get it twisted. We were absolutely complicit, at least our forefathers. So so the thing is, we didn't sell ourselves, I agree, but our forefathers certainly, because our forefathers had slaves, and all the white people had to do was actually just give them guns in exchange for slaves a lot of the time. Not in every case. Not in every case. I agree. Not in every case. Sometimes we were stolen. I agree. But for the most part, we had our own part to play. I agree. The point of the matter is this, right? And what I'm trying to say is this. How come we didn't do that? How come we didn't have the courage to go across the sea and take white people to build Africa? Why is it that all the Africans are running away from Africa to come over here? How come we haven't developed Africa to be just like America? Why does Africa have to look so bad and and America looks so good? Why is it that the airports in Africa look so bad while the airports in America look so good? Why is it that everything just looks so good over here and everything looks so bad over there? Why is everything so bad? Just a question. Why haven't we gathered our intellectual resources, gone back to Africa to build it back up so we can be competitive? Did you know that in Nigeria, that even though we're one of the largest producers of oil and gas, that we have to sell it back overseas, and then they sell it back to us? Have you seen the movies in Africa and how they look? Do you realize that a movie that was made in 1960 in America is better than the movies that they make over in Africa right now? Why is that? Why is that? Can you tell me one major thing that Africa produces that we use on a global scale today and that we control? When was the last innovative thing that we ever produced in Africa that has changed the world? Why is it that in America they're creating crypto, they create airplanes, they create Safeway, they create Starbucks. How come they create Gucci overseas? How come we how come we're trendsetters? How come Africans are not? Why are we not doing that? Is there a reason why? Have you guys ever thought about that? Have you guys ever thought about that? Now, the problem I'm having with a lot of people, and I'm reading a lot of the comments that you guys are writing, and is this: it seems like it's really emotional. Like you guys, like for some of you guys might be coming from an emotional standpoint, and I get it. I get it. I've seen people calling, white people predators, calling them, they stole this, they stole that. That's cool. But then the question I have is, why are you here? Why are you not back in the country? No, I'm not trying to step in anybody's toe. I'm asking real questions today. So why are you here? If you don't like him so much, why are you here? The reason why you're here, very good, Mr. Fingal. The reason why you're here is not even necessarily money. The reason why you're here is simple. America is the most organized nation. I didn't say the most righteous. America is the most organized nation in the whole world. It is the land of opportunities, a land of opportunities and opportunity. And pretty much it is the quickest path to success that you can have in anywhere in this whole world. And I don't think anybody has any right, as long as you're in this country, to complain about it. And if you want to complain about it, leave. Tough pill to swallow, guys. Tough pill to swallow. I still haven't. Nobody's answered me why you here. If you want to call white people predators, you want to call them, they steal stuff and all that. If you hate it so much, why don't you just go back? Right? Mr. Quran said they stole the blueprint in Egypt, and all they have was stolen. Mr. Kamara, I am not disagreeing with you, but the question I have with you is, how come we didn't do that? We black people, that is. Why do white people have to have all the fun? Why do they have to have all the fun? The answer is they don't. The point is, we can learn. You can learn. You can learn new skills to make as much money as you want. You can learn. You can open up your brain and you can learn things. You can learn how to build a website. You can learn how to code. You can learn how to be an Oracle DBA. You can learn how to be a SQL Server DBA. You can learn how to be an artist. You can learn new skills. You can learn. It's the point. Learn. Sharpen your skills and get the skills that's going to trump racism. If you have skills, it's going to beat racism. Sure, you're always going to face racism. Yes, I get it. Hey, we didn't build this country with, as far as the vision is concerned. So it's just, of course, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, guys, learn. This year should be a year of learning. Learn new skills. Learn new skills. This is the year of not bullshitting. This is the year of hard work. Right? You're already black. So it's you're already down the totem pole as far as they're concerned. When you go into a new company, they're going to be looking at you like you're black. So you better perform. You've got to perform on the job. They ain't trying to hear nothing. You can learn anything this year if you put your mind to it. But you guys have got to be serious about learning new skills. New skills. For those of you who want to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, what exactly is stopping you from making $300,000 a year, $200,000 a year, $100,000 a year? What is stopping you? What did I say from the beginning? You can be black all you want, but if you want a job in a white man's company, you better have some skills. If you have skills and you know your stuff, oh, all that racism goes out the window, baby. Oh, that shit goes out the window, because one thing a white man respects more than the color of your skin is that green dollar. Better believe it, baby. If you can provide a service that ensures that he can keep making money, make no mistake. Oh, you're gonna get that job. This generation will change Africa. Thanks for waking us up. You're the best. Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Right? And I really want this to be like a wake-up call for you guys, honestly. You guys have to really buckle down this year and just really get stuff done. It's really time to get stuff done this year. Like, not playing around. I see every weekend, I see people, hey, Mr. Ja, I see everybody playing around, everybody going to clubs on the weekend and doing all this, blah, blah, blah. When is all that bullshit gonna stop? When y'all gonna stop doing this bullshit? What does it mean to really hone your skills? It means, man, you on that computer doing your thing. I don't care what it is you're doing, whether you're playing music, whatever it is. You're giving this thing at least 8 hours. When you sit down to do the work, you're giving this thing between 8 and 12 hours daily. Or wherever you choose to do it. Man, it is time to wake up and stop fucking around, guys. Or else, guess what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years? You're going to live where you don't want to live. You're going to be wearing what you don't want to wear. You're going to have kids who are going to start asking you some fucking questions. Dad, why are we so damn poor? Tough. Dad, why am I in this school? All of a sudden, a man walks into the room, your woman is looking at him with more respect than she gives you. Oh, hell no. All because your ass refused to sit down there and just do work. Just do the work. Do not this year abuse the time that God has given us all. The biggest thing that God has given us is two things. He gives us breath of life and time. He gives you breath of life and time. And then the third thing is, we're the luckiest people in the world. We're in America. Oh, fuck no. Oh, hell no. Oh, we got it made now. We in America? Do you know how many people want to come to America? The land that white people created with vision. Do you know how many people want to come to America? Do you know how lucky you are to be in this country? Land of opportunity. That if you just do certain things right, you can live a really good life. Do you know what? Do you know what's really going on? Hold on for a second, guys. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So I have the students coming up in the class. So we're in America, guys. This is really, there's no excuse. There's no excuse anymore. I'm really, really disappointed at I have to say something, guys, and this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And I see no reason why. Why is it that we as Africans feel subservient to white people? Why we keep running over here? Why can't we just for 200 years or whatever it is, 50 years, 100 years, just stay over there and just build Africa up? Just say, you know what? Screw this. We all just going to leave as a collective and just go to Africa. The reason being is because Africa is in chaos. Filled with corruption, no order whatsoever. This is the best we got, guys. It's the best we got. America's the best we got. But you know what's so funny? Singapore, right? Singapore, as of 1960 something, they just got their independence, like in 1960 something, about a few years after Nigeria did. Do you know right now that Singapore is the most beautiful place to live on earth? And it is the hardest passport to get. If you go to Singapore, it is amazing. Do you know why? Because the government eventually said, enough is enough. We're going to cut all this bullshit out. We're going to be leaders and we're not going to be followers. So the point I'm trying to make is this year, guys, I have a class to teach, right? Is 2019 is all about hard work, dedication, and just really putting your nose down and just getting stuff done. Just really, really getting stuff done. Really, really, really getting stuff done. And I do mean with no excuses, no explanation. Now's the time to just sit your ass down at home and pay that price of hard work. I'm telling you, this year, as you're working hard and you're trying to build whatever it is you're trying to build, whether you're trying to climb up, whether you're trying to transition to a new career, whether you're trying to, whatever it is that you're trying to do, one thing I can guarantee you is while you're going through the process, it's going to be really, really, really painful. Really, I would say really painful. I mean, it's all relative. It's just going to be filled with a lot of activity. Because heretofore, you guys just, wake up, go to work, or just fuck around and just go home, watch TV, eat bonbons. That's what you do. What I'm saying is, moving forward, what's going to happen is all that space that you've been wasting is going to be filled with you actually using your brain to do something. And that's going to feel like hard work. And it's going to take some time for you to get from point A to B, right? That time is what we call pain. It's just the way it is. It's going to be a painful experience because you're growing. But you know what? And I can tell you this from experience. That's the way God wanted it to be. It's the way He intended it to be. So while you're going through that process and it's painful, guess what? As you're doing the work and you're being dedicated and you're being focused and you're being intense and you're being intentional about what you're trying to do, guess what's going to happen? The big man upstairs, you know what he's doing? He's just smiling at you like this. Yeah, we're going to make him suffer a little bit. You know why? Because once he gets the skills, he's going to use that skill for the rest of his life and he's going to be balling like a bad boy. And there ain't nothing I can do to stop him. That's what God's going to be, he's going to be saying in his own mind. He's going to be like, yep, let's make him suffer a little bit. Because once this boy gets this job, he's going to be balling and there ain't nothing I can do to stop it. Because he deserved it. So guess what? Hundreds of years ago, white people, right? They forecasted and said, you know what? This is what we're going to do. They set a plan out. They said, we're going to steal black people from Africa. We're going to spend all that money trying to acquire all the resources with black people, entice them, build guns, do all that stuff to entice them. We're going to steal them from Africa, and then we're going to come over here, and it's going to take us about 200-300 years, or whatever it is, 400 years to develop America to what it is today. And you know what? They are reaping the benefits today. And now we're begging them for jobs and opportunities. But many years ago, when the forefathers who had the vision to build America, they had that vision, and here we are today. So if you could just kind of just steal what they kind of did, that mentality, right? If you can just steal what they did, the mentality of, okay, how did they get from point A to B? And then just use that in your life, right? And just say, you know what? I know this is going to suck. It might take me a year to get to where I'm trying to get to. It might take me 6 months, but I'm just going to have a vision. I'm going to be intense, and I'm going to be intentional about what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go out there and go get it. Because everything that white people have built from the past to now is what they are enjoying now. Your Facebooks, your Twitter, your Instagram, your whatever it is, right? Somebody actually created that and had that vision created, and now while Mark Zuckerberg was creating Facebook, he was laboring day in, day out, writing the code. It broke. It didn't work. It didn't do this. But even before that, he was taking classes, I'm sure, of how to code. But nobody sees all this. All you see now is this man's a multi-billionaire making all kinds of money. Jeff Bezos, he's worth over $150 billion. He started off in a garage. And it was painful, very painful. It was painful when he started. And it took him years, decades to get to where he is now. Can you imagine having one vision for 20 years or so? And now he's really reaping the benefits of that. And I say, okay, you come to take the Oracle DB course for like 8 weeks, and they can't even do that. Somebody's making $150 billion. It's taking about 20 years to actually get to the point where he can do that. And I say, okay, y'all come over here. Instead of going to college where they're going to dupe you, it's not going to be worth a damn thing. Come over here for 8, 10 weeks. Where I make $120,000, $150,000 a year. What's stopping you? You don't have to take my class. You can take any other class. The point is, this is just another thing that you could do to make your lives better, right? So this year has to be a year of hard work. It has to be a year of hard work. No excuses this year, no explanations, right? Whatever you're trying to do, whether it's you want to come to this class or whether it's you want to do anything else, you want to go to another class, I don't care. But your purpose has to be intense and it has to be intentional. And what's going to carry you through from point A to B is what? You got to have 100% faith that it's going to work. You got to know that it's going to work now. You got to know that people have actually done this and it'll work now. So you got to know that, okay, if it worked for one, it can work for others, right? You got to have a little bit of fear. If this thing doesn't work for me this time, my life is going real quick. How are my children going to eat? How's my wife going to respect me? You got to have that much fear. Just about 15, 20% amount of fear. So you need 100% faith. You need about 20% fear. 20%. And you need about 50 to 60% of anger. You got to be angry. How can there be another man making who's worth $150 billion and I'm over here making $45,000 a year? And I consider myself a man. God didn't make him any better than you. He didn't make him any more special than you. One thing I can say is the big man upstairs, the one of the few things I respects in us human beings is hard work. Hard damn work. Just sit your ass over there, whatever it is that you're doing, and just pay that price of hard work. You do that, and you'll see that it will trump racism. I'm not going to put a percentage, but I would say 90% of the time. Now, there's some people who just assholes. It don't matter what you do, they're just not going to give you opportunities. But that's okay. That's okay. They built the country. Hey, they can do whatever they want to do. So, let's work hard this year. Let's get it. School starts. The next session starts end of the month. For those interested, newwayitsolutions.com, right? And yeah, talk to you guys soon. I'll be making these videos often, probably every day, to motivate you guys to stay on top of your game. If you're a man, come on. Now's the time to rise up. Protect your women, protect your children. Your children should not know poverty. That's the name of the game. Your children should not know poverty, and neither should you. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Peace.